All right, here we go.
This year has marked a turning point in Star Citizen's history. We have finally moved past the question of whether we can build an architecture to deliver a universe with incredible detail at massive scale, seamlessly, and where thousands of people can all play together.
Guys, by the way, isn't it sad that we only see Chris Roberts once a year now? Or maybe we hear about him twice, like there might be an occasional letter from the chairman and that's about it. I know he's busy with Squadron 42, but I miss those days when we had like regular letters and Chris was appearing on shows. It's such a rare sight now, and he's aged quite a bit now. Look at he looks so old now. It's been that reminds us it's been so many years. Damn it, man! How many years now of development? 2012. It's like 13 years. Damn it.
Server meshing has been working pretty much flawlessly at scale for the past 9 months. It has brought a more populated and active verse with up to 700 players online and in the same space at once. It's greatly increased server performance and delivered a much more responsive player experience. I couldn't be prouder of the team. They delivered something no other online game does presently. There may be other games out there that claim large player
we should
counts,
be proud. He's right. By the way, he's right. Server meshing is working rather well. Now, there could be some improvements sometimes. Occasionally, NPCs are not working so well. Sometimes we have drops of frames as we experienced in our last play session. But that being said, it is true that the experience we have with server meshing is night and day compared to how it was before.
To mesh, but none do it at our detail, scale, and seamlessness. Of course, there will be continued improvements to server meshing and to Star Engine, but having moved past this last big technological hurdle has allowed us to finally focus on quality of life and stability improvements.
Yeah, the year of playability, damn it. I hate that year of playability.
Something that has long been overdue. We're about to deliver our ninth...
Yeah, but... it is right. It's been overdue, but... It's just been that this year. That's the thing, right? It feels like more... They should call Star Citizen Beta at this point if they're just doing bug fixes. That is what Beta do, not Alpha. There hasn't been any additional features this year. Barely. The only feature that we've had this year, let's be honest with this, the only actual feature that I'm not talking about gameplay content. The only feature that we've had this year is the dynamic weather. That's it. This is the only thing we have.
Patch in 10 months with content that has brought Star Citizen storytelling into new and exciting directions. We pushed more than 24 features and more than 2,000 bug fixes. And while there is still a long way to go, the game has gotten more stable, performant, and fun as a result. We see this in player metrics.
No spoilers, please.
I know
day, nothing.
The daily average users is up 45% from last year, and your play time is up 15%. So more people venture out into the verse and stay there longer than ever before. And through all that...
Well, did it say 50 or 15? I did not hear that very well.
We've told the dual stories of the Frontier Fighters' assault on Pyro, and the moral compromises being made to combat the regen crisis. Now, as those stories come to a rest for the time being, it's time to look forward to the next chapter of Star Citizen.
Okay, all right. I like that. Did you hear that, guys? These stories are going to come for a rest, and they're going to move forward. Now, that's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. Please, we've had the narrative, the year of playability. We had all those stories, okay, right, it kept us busy for a while, but we're moving forward with new features. Yes, the project needs to move forward. Good.
The instability in Pyro and the callous actions of some
that
paved the way to new adventures, new locations, and new threats. Last year, we announced our next star system would be Nyx, home to the People's Alliance of Levski and bordering the Vandal threat. Today, we're proud to share that your adventures in Nyx begin not next year, but next month.
Yes. Oh, well. It's time to update the bingo card. So, next system. Ta-da! Hey, what happened to my... it needs to be a bit thicker here. All right. Ta-da! Oh, my goodness. All right, let's make it... So... All right, this here. Anything else here? Not so much so far. Did I write the end of the year of playability? No, I did not. I don't even know my own bingo card. But next system already. All right. We're rolling. We're rolling.
And Star Citizen's third system comes online in Alpha 4.4. 2 new systems in 1 year. That's only possible because of the tireless work of our development teams, server meshing accelerating what's possible.
Whoa. 2 systems in 1 year. Sure. All right, that's better than 1 system in how many years? In 8 years, right, for the standard system, if I'm correct. Okay, that's an improvement. We still have 98 to go. Right?
The support teams behind the scenes, and most importantly, all of you. Now, I do miss that we're not all together under one roof this year, but in many ways, we're more connected than ever. Across the globe, many of you are gathering at watch parties, 9 of them with our developers in attendance, and countless others springing up in communities everywhere.
And thank you, CIG, for releasing that video here at 3 a.m. in Taiwan. I know you can't please everybody around the world, but I'm sure there could have been a way to accommodate things a little bit. Maybe they could have done maybe they could have released the video at, I don't know, 9 p.m. In the UK. That would have been 5 a.m. here in Taiwan, which is a bit more manageable, right? I'm fine waking up at 4:30, do a live stream at 5 a.m. and then going all the way to 8 a.m. That's totally fine, right? I guess. But 3 a.m. that was a bit tough.
All happening simultaneously today. So even if we're separated by oceans and continents, we're bound together by the same passion for space, for discovery, and for this incredible universe we're building together. Whether you're at home or alongside your crew at a watch party, grab a drink, sit back, and let us take you inside our up-and-coming plans for the next year of Star Citizen.
All right, nice. Okay, we got the plans for next year. Good. I suppose we can already check that here. So that is indeed what this is about. It's the plan for 2026. Stuck. Okay. We're already at 2. Let's keep on going. You guys have a drink? I got some coffee here. Maybe Diplo has a beer or something. Gruff got some tea, perhaps. I don't know. Let's do this. Oh, what a fancy introduction. Now, what I hope is that we're not going to have a lot of transitions, like there. I'm glad there's no cosplay this time, right? But we still have the videos from the community, which I did not take part in this year. Yeah, that looks like Nyx. Haha! They did show us Nyx here. Alright, already we're getting to see Nyx. Nice. God, it's in 1 month. Got a soda? Alright, cool. Oh, the Paladin! Diplo, did you see that? You've been asking about, you've been telling us about the Paladin for like 2 weeks. There it is.
With the foundational technology now in place, the content development of the game is no longer restricted, allowing us to forge ahead with building out our first 5 star systems. Nyx will see the much-loved Levski landing zone added back to the verse, while also bringing you one of its most iconic landmarks, the Glacian Belt. Here, you'll experience a new combined arms operation that will introduce new factions and new adventures for you to discover. With this edition of our 3rd star system, we're also going to do something that's at the heart of the entire Star Citizen experience, and that is to build it right in front of you.
Okay.
As we have done this...
Yeah, that's actually a good thing, right? Because Pyro, they've been building Pyro, behind closed doors for many years, actually, right? This time they're going to be expanding. It seems that's what they're saying. They're going to be expanding the system with us, a bit like they've been doing with Stanton as well. And I think this is the right approach, right? They start with like a base system, and then they expand upon that system that they bring to us. I think that this is the way to go so that we can have more systems quickly.
Year, with the addition of several major locations, such as the Hathor facility or the Lazarus complex, we will continue to unveil new Nyx content throughout the year. It's a slightly different approach to how we deliver Pyro, but we feel this gets the content into your hands sooner and shows our intent as we continue our march towards 1.0. I'm so incredibly proud of the work our teams have done and are continuing to do, and we're excited to have you on this next step of our journey. And as with any journey in Star Citizen, that begins with a little story.
Okay. All right. So next month. Yeah. So what story are we talking about? The story of Nyx?
In 2025, we introduced two major storylines spanning multiple patches, creating a living backbone for adventure across the universe. The first was Pyro Must Burn. It connected Stanton to Pyro and introduced the Frontier Fighters, who are...
Yeah, but... Here's some criticism here. I don't know about you guys. Oh, Diplo! Oh, thank you, man. Thank you so much. That's awesome.
Here they come.
Here they come. Oh my goodness. Diplo bringing in the TIE Fighters. Or the Aura Fighters, I should say. Thank you so much, my friend. And there's some more. Alright, I'll give my criticism after this. I'm glad that the alerts are working this time. Because usually they don't, so that's some improvement. Alright, so here's my criticism. I don't know about you guys, but for me, the story is Squadron 42, and Star Citizen is the sandbox. I'm not that high on Star Citizen having stories, you know, like our theme parks and getting us to do things because there's some kind of fear of missing out. I'd rather have us do our own stories in the game, right? That's why I've barely taken part of the ASD facilities. I've just done that in the PTU, and that's basically it. Hathor, I think we did that once or twice, only once properly with the Rat Club, and that was basically it. That's all, right? So I don't know what you guys think about this, but it's not something I'm really that into. In fact,
relentless, brutal, and determined to wipe out any threats that cross them. And with this month's release, you'll now take part in the conclusion to that storyline. The second was Science Run Amok, with the Regen Crisis throwing the Empire into chaos, and you all jumping in to help the various corporations respond. Through that journey, we pulled back the curtain on ASD and its shady practices, uncovering long-forgotten Onyx facilities, and met new
it's good that they add factions
like Dr.
like
Logan
ASD.
Yorit and Detective Arkham Meller of the Hokro Agency. And just like the Pyro Must Burn storyline carried us into a new system, Science Run Amok is now setting the stage for Nyx, the next step in the larger story we're telling on the road to 1.0. As this new chapter of Star Citizen begins,
Man, I was hoping to see some Vandals in Nyx, man. I was hoping to see Vandals there. I'm not so sure if you know, the Regen Crisis taking this to Nyx is that exciting. I guess we'll see. Maybe I need to wait and see.
Hear
right?
from just a few of the team members working to bring this
MMOs
next
have
era
massive
of
player
our universe
events,
to life.
but it's not the backbone of MMOs. See what I mean? This year, that's all they've been doing. All right. Oh, snaps. Oh, there it is, Nyx.
When the Nyx system was first discovered, the United Empire of Earth, the UAE, came out and did scans and kind of found out that the system wasn't really worth settling. The planets were too hard to terraform, the resources were too tough to get, so they opened it up. And one company saw an opportunity where the UAE didn't, QV Planet Services. And
QV
so
Planets?
they expanded into the system and tried to mine as much as they could, making a very slim margin by the sheer quantity of resources they were pulling out.
So
the
quantity
system
over
itself
quality.
sort of ran its course from sort of a large corporate interest perspective, and then was mostly left abandoned.
Now this ended up being the ideal situation for the People's Alliance, who were a group of revolutionaries who were trying to overthrow the dictatorship of the Messer regime that was going on.
I love
in the
those
Empire
little
at the
fleets
time.
that they are assembling here.
So
It looks
they
really cool.
went to the Nyx system and established what became known as Levski. They wanted to make it everything that the UEE wasn't at this time.
I gotta say, that's some
They
really
set up
good
what
footage
they
that they've
saw
done
as
in
their ideal
recreating those
society,
historical moments.
where everyone's voices would be heard, where everyone would be equal. But they've fallen onto hard times. So Nix today is kind of at an interesting point in its history. Now that the UEE has kind of transformed itself into a democratic society, what is their role? What are the People's Alliance rebelling
They're like
against?
Antifa.
And they still see the empire as being inherently unfair. They see
There
their
you
role
go.
as
I
still
knew
trying
it.
to create a free and fair society.
That's what
But
they
on the
are.
other hand, they have more problems than ever, and there's new threats lurking around every corner. And they have to ask, are they prepared to handle that, or do they need to turn to the UEE for help?
I think they're too proud for that. They're never going to do that. So it looks like there's going to be several
Make a star
factions in
system
Nix
is
as well. Eh?
you approach it from kind of two angles in a weird way. What is this system bringing to the gallery? How does this new system plug into it, and what does it bring to the table from a sort of a flavor experience? We want to.
Well, not every system needs to bring something. We're gonna have 100 systems. It's okay if there are systems that are almost empty. I mean, I've made a video about this. There's gonna be some systems which are just going to have like 1 star, and that's basically it, or 1 star and an asteroid field, and that's gonna be it. What do they bring? Nothing. They're just there, and that's all. You know, just people are going to find their own thing to do there. Maybe they're just going to do some mining. They'll use it as a rendezvous point. Maybe they'll have a secret base somewhere, and that's gonna be it. It's okay if a new system does not have any flavor.
make sure that whatever it's bringing to the company is unique and has some flair to it.
So the Nix system is a remote system where people want to go and live free outside of the pressure and influence of the UEE. It's a remote and rugged system with a lot of hostility coming from the ever-present threat of Vandal.
It's kind of like a frontier-esque thing. It's not lawless like Pyro, it's just kind of out there. Pyro's more like a Mad Max
did mention the
wasteland,
Vandals.
and Nyx is more like Silverado or like Deadwood, right? It's kind of like a smaller scope.
The emptiness and the loneliness is the defining factor. You're still going to find gangs, you're still going to find hostile presences, but it's where people go if they want to live off the grid.
The People's
they wanna
Alliance
stay low.
is the main peacekeeping force in Nyx.
They were unhappy with the direction that the Empire was going under the Messers.
already
they
said
got out.
that.
They said, we're just going to start from scratch, build our own
They're just
society,
repeating what
but
they
build
said
it the
2
way that we
minutes
think it
ago.
needs to be
Come
built.
on.
They're not perfect.
We only have 2
They're
hours.
just people, but they're doing their best. They want to help keep Nyx safe and make it prosper.
They are trying to do the best that they can, but are faced with the realities of dealing with people, which is tricky.
The Pyro Star is quite a warm star.
Oh, that's Pyro. I thought this was Nyx. Right?
Stanton Star is quite neutral. And the Nyx is a little bit cooler.
Okay.
The system
cool?
has its star, and it has this dark, really, really dense gas, sort of nebulous cloud. And it has points of light scattered around it, and those points of light in this gas cloud is really, really hazy.
Oh, it looks nice.
So
I gotta
because
say.
Nyx is bordering Vandal space, it was important that we have a gap.
There's an 890
the
jump
Nyx
there.
gas
What is it
cloud
doing
where you
there?
could sort of just, in between the clouds, see a piece of the Vandal space.
Oh.
It feels so close that it's even like protruding some red light.
I thought this was Pyro.
The level designers are using it as an actual visual indicator of where to place more dangerous POIs. So if you point your ship in the direction of it, you should find, as we build it out, that you will be in more and more danger. And I think that's really cool.
Guys, we're gonna go into the danger zone. Who is excited to fight some
To give
some
more
Vandals? I
atmosphere,
hope we're gonna be able to
I
fight
was
some
testing
Vandals
out
there.
adding some sort of space snowflakes.
They're teasing
essentially.
us.
So
We've gotta be
when
fighting
you
Vandals
look
there.
towards the sun, you can sort of see that sort of like sparkle. But then when you look away from the sun, you'll see the reflections and sort of like little glints of light. For the
What's
jump
that?
points in Nyx, we'll have 2 on this release. We'll have one from Pyro to Nyx and one from Stanton to Nyx.
What? That's not how it's supposed to be. What? No. Why do they do that? That's not okay. Nyx is supposed to be on the other side of Pyro. It's not supposed to be connected from Stenton.
It should be going from Nyx to Castra, but we're essentially bypassing Castra temporarily.
Okay.
Hey, we want to make sure you can get there any way you want.
I still don't like that.
Glacian Belt is a huge asteroid
I
belt.
still don't like
that
it. They should have.
is in sort of
They should
the
force us
middle
to go
of the
through Pyro
system.
to go there.
Glacian Belt is a combination of a bunch of technologies that we already had. The asteroid fields we use for planetary rings and the gas clouds, and it's combining them to make something completely new that we've just not seen before.
Yeah, same Admiral
Full
Griffiths.
of
Same.
resources that are still left unharvested because it's kind of a tricky spot for mining. It's not the easiest.
Oh, looks
place to
like
go.
it's
But
gonna
that
be a
means that
place
there's
for
still
miners.
A lot of opportunity for independent miners to go out there.
Yeah, but Gruff, I know it's not permanent, but come on. If we're being honest with ourselves here, there's been a lot of things that have not been permanent that are still being permanent, if you see what I mean, right? Like lots of tier zeros it's tier zero. We're gonna have we were going to expand on that, and you know many years later it's still tier zero. See what I mean?
The rocks in Nyx are a bit more sharp, like sorts of like icy look, rocky, cliff-like, very different from those in the Pyro and the Stenton.
Oh, so maybe we're gonna see more silicon
all of
and
that extra added movement
unprocessed
that
ice.
just adds a little bit of extra
Yeah,
flair.
it's not a large system. That's
It's
true.
also a good hiding spot for people who are trying to elude capture, maybe set up ambushes, that type of stuff.
Oh, nice. Maybe we're gonna have those
Always
ambush
feel
missions.
way more interesting flying in those spaces than just, you know, through empty void.
And as we build out the Glacian Belt over the next year, lots of places to put new content.
Maybe I should actually film Star Citizen Wars in there when I'm going to do the asteroid chase.
Delamar is a very large asteroid in the Glacian Belt that QV Planet Services had built a mining base on that got taken over by the People's Alliance and renamed Levski.
Oh, looks like they've changed. Do you remember how crappy that asteroid looked like in last year's Citizencon? This looks like much bigger actually. I like that. I like how Delamar looks like.
Levski is our first and biggest social outpost for Nyx.
It's kind of like the place where you stop before you do your panning. So it's kind of a San Francisco before you go out to the gold rush.
It's going to be the central hub for trade and hauling and all of the commerce within Nyx and also from Nyx to other systems.
Okay,
But it does have
all
a
right. So
CD
it's actually a
underlay
little
to it.
hub. Eh?
Over the years, you're sort of improving the generation method of those asteroids to culminate towards this specific point.
Yeah, the
to
asteroids
make
do look much better than
large,
they used to before.
explorable location. When you fly towards the Levski, you see this huge gas ring around it, scattered small, mid-sized pieces of the asteroids.
Well, Levski's immediately apparently unique by the fact that it's a facility clamped onto the side of an asteroid. The breathtaking views of looking into the belt instantly gives it.
I do miss. I know that they want to have like an asteroid, big asteroid base that's still active. I still miss the little round planetoid that we had before. I think that it was like that little tiny atmosphere as well. I really liked it. But
A unique
I guess
charm
that's the
and
direction that
flavour.
they're taking. I don't mind this
As you
as well.
approach, you'll initially see a very dramatic borehole that goes all the way through the asteroid. You'll also see growing
looks
out
cool.
from there and alongside Levski, there will be
Kind of reminds me
landing
of level
pads along
1313 in
what I call
Coruscant,
the
that
spine.
borehole.
Lots of industrial pipes and transport systems to bring out the refined mining
does look
materials
so
when
much
it
better.
was a mining station.
Look at that, the little tram as
Before
well.
we were using an actual planet, so we had all of the space available to place all of these structures. But now it kind of meant that we had to create an asteroid which has the appropriate size to.
If we took the whole shot of the asteroid, you will see that there is an area to fly underneath.
Yeah,
We
this
plan on
looks
bringing
really
in
cool.
whole sea
That-
gameplay. So this is exterior cargo elevators. So as a team, you will be able to load and unload cargo.
Kind of reminds me of a giant.
There's a lot more movement on the exterior,
giant Grimex,
such as the cargo trains going around tracks. It's now going to be fully EVA-able. There will be walkways around the main landing zone to walk on using gravity plates.
maglev. Yes, we can
drift
see that.
off and kind of go wherever
Hey,
you
CO,
want.
how's it going? Yeah, right.
can
It's a
explore
Grimex that's
fully
not filled
the
with
whole
criminals.
place, which is great.
More like idealists.
Unlike the majority of anarchists living in Pyro, there are people here in Nyx that care.
It's not a downtrodden or derelict, dilapidated location. It has a sense of order.
But only,
you know,
where...
like what habitats is going to have danger like traits. You know, actually, I played about 2 or 3 days ago. I was at Lorville to buy a Scorpius and Taris for Star Citizen Wars. And I got killed by the train at Lorville. So that, I don't know what you mean when it says that trains are going to have danger like trains. Because they do kill us still.
The People's Alliance has people living.
Hey, Lily, how's it going?
We've had Levski before, and we've updated it quite
Man, I'm so hyped for
substantially
Nyx.
to be more in line with the newer features that have been put in since, but also visually. And there's been a lot of quality of life fixes that we've wanted to add and bring up to like a good standard for a landing zone.
Gracing the main lobby of Levski is a large statue of Anthony Tanaka.
They're
who
going
was
to
a
show that
child
again.
worker.
And was being worked to death. All of them were. And Anthony Tanaka just had a break and just said no, and stood up against the foremen, the supervisors, the managers, the guards, and was killed for it. And so he became a sort of a figurehead.
And kind of was one of the linchpin moments in seeing the fall of the Messer regime.
I'm glad that they still have that entrance here. They've obviously
So if you
redone
take
it,
the
right, for modern
elevator up
standards
to
and
the top deck,
modern
you'll
materials,
see the top
but
view and
it looks
the
great.
cargo.
I want to see
area
the
as
great
well.
batter,
So
you know,
can
the
go
bar.
through the cargo shop. You've got your normal kind of cargo needs. You'll have ability to trade.
But
and
what
buy
about the grand
your tractor
batter, the
beam
market,
and other
the
gear
bar,
that you
right?
need. So if you were to die in the Nyx system, then one of the places you might come out from is the hospital in Levski, which is called the Mercy Hospital.
Do they have a proper
So Mercy
hospital
Hospital is just basically, it's a local med station for all the residents of Levski, anybody traveling through the system.
All right,
Again,
looks
they're trying
decent.
to provide as good medical help for people as they can.
It's
When
definitely better than
you
Grimex.
arrive at the hub's location, you'll be presented with a lobby, elevator bank, and then you will take that.
Yeah,
transit
right, Grimex,
to
but a bit nicer.
the
Oh, they have those
hub
pyro
room.
rats.
So within that room will be pods.
And that's where the original miners would have lived.
Yeah, that's definitely
They're not the
nicer.
nicest,
That's kind of
and
cozy.
they're a bit messy, but they're a home for people in Levski.
Nyx is
If you head
next.
down to the lower view deck, you'll go through into
Ah,
the Grand
that's what I wanted
which
to
is
see.
your main social and commercial area of Levski.
Oh,
This
I
is where
missed it.
you
That
will
was my
see
favorite
market sellers
place.
selling their wares. There will be
Who wants
stalls.
some
there will
noodles?
be
Oh, they
kind of
need to
more
bring that
embedded
back.
shops.
And that includes things like Cauderies, which
Yeah,
is your
it's
armor
back.
shop, and also conscientious objects which for weapons.
They're bringing everything back.
There's
All those
also
memories.
one of my favourite places, Cafe Musée, which is where
Oh,
you can go
yes.
down into some of the more rocky depths and
love that
grab yourself
cafe.
a drink, and you never know who you meet
They
down
need to
there.
bring back Miles Eckhart there. It's so iconic.
If you explore a bit more around the Grand Barter, there's other routes around and little side passages. There's another shop that's away from that area called Teachers.
Teacher Ship
Oh,
Shop
the ship
is
shop, yeah.
basically where you would go if you were looking to pick up a used ship, buy some ship parts, fix up your old ship, find some new stuff, sell some scrap.
We've closed up Dumpers Depot for Levski,
Oh,
and
no.
everything that used to be sold there will now be sold at Teachers.
Oh, that makes sense. All
Another
right.
new area, as well as the cargo shop that we've added, is the refinery deck for Levski. That's
Oh,
where
yeah,
you
that
can take
didn't
your
exist back in those
processed goods,
days.
not just from Levski, but from the rest of the Nix system, and refine and sell.
So that's
those
going to be
goods
the only refinery in the system,
as
right?
a lot of the content in the next coming releases for Nix is going to be mining related.
You know, I really hope that Levski is like the only station, the only place to go to in Nix, so that then it's going to be like the hub where people are going to go. It's going to be a place where you know you're going to meet other players, and there's going to be some life and activities and drama happening around there. That's what I hope that we're going to see. But at the same time, if there's going to be people, there's going to be griefers, there's going to be troublemakers, so they need to make sure that security, AI security, is also working properly, so that, you know, people don't get grieved and people don't get, scared of going to Levski, because that's not how it's supposed to be, unless they also put an armistice zone. This is obviously going to be the case as well at the beginning, right? But I still imagine that there's going to be a lot of activities and a lot of things going on there.
So it's super important that Levski is a really nice hub.
Oh yeah,
for
jump points may have
mining
some
type of
refineries
gameplay.
still, like rough. I think you're right.
So we're really happy to bring Levski back into the game. It's been gone for quite a few years now.
I think it really provided a unique environment of it's run down, but the people who live there love it and are working their hardest to make it a great place to live.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
the
a
big difference
location
between
that
Pyro and Nix.
has a lot of nostalgia for you guys, and we don't want this just to be a re-release. We do want you to go, wow.
It's not going to be as complete as Pyro was when it first came out,
Oh,
but it's
look
going
at
to be
that
our
big
first
asteroid
iteration,
ring.
and you're going to be able to see it grow as we work on it.
Like with everything, we're always learning and improving and finding new ways.
I mean, is there anything more Star Citizen than just building the system while the players watch us build it around them?
Going to
Yes,
add a nice
right?
dynamic
That's how it should be.
to
Bring us
Stanton
back the alpha.
and be
We
a
were in
much more
beta for the
calming,
whole year
you know,
this year. Bring
style
us back
system
Star
than
Citizen
Pyro.
Alpha, because we
people
still
that
need it.
would have played it before are going to love to see this come back. And the people that haven't
has got
seen
an
it
important
before,
suggestion.
it's going
Let
to
us
be
know,
a
Gruff.
great new location.
This is the first time that I'm going to be able to touch stuff and kind of bring my own content to the game, and that's really exciting to me.
Levski coming back into the game is a huge milestone personally for me. So I worked on the original quite some time ago.
I
So seeing it
know,
come
Griff. I
back
also
and
mentioned that.
updated and
Miles
improved
Cart
and
needs to go
better
back to Nix. It's
is
so
fantastic.
iconic. All right, man. I'm so hyped for this. This is awesome. This is awesome.